So crunchy, these kind of like electronic chords, and then not crunchy at all. Oh, that was cool! Hello, gals, blokes, and all other folks. My name is Mortius, and today we are here with Spacely. Say hi, Spacely.
Hi, Spacely.
So, for those of you who don't know, this is JP Warner, aka Spacely, who is a very talented singer, music producer, artist, pretty much everything that has to do with these. Hey, did you like my EP? Hey, did you like Epic the Musical, like the first 3 or 4, I don't remember what the timeline is, sagas? If you think they sound good, this man is why. This is the producer of my EP, the Rediscovery EP. This is the producer of When Did You Stop Being Full Producer on Epic? Was it?
So I was the on hands mix and vocal engineer and master engineer for the very first two, like back in 2020.
Oh, just the first two.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
I
the
thought
first
it was a
two,
little
and
bit
then there was
further.
that long break in between. But yeah,
Because of the whole break. Yes,
and
gotcha.
I've stayed on as as an audio engineering
Consultor,
consultant.
yeah, cool. Well, he is absolutely fantastic, very talented, and today we are checking out his solo music. However, we're doing it a little bit different and weird because we were planning on doing a edited down video where we kind of went through just a couple of songs, but we had so much fun with it that we're like, man, we don't want to cut out any of these songs. And so halfway through song 3, we decided, let's just do a live stream where we do a like watch along and Q&A and everything of the entire album. And so that's happening this upcoming Saturday, the 22nd, right? Is that what we said? Yeah, this upcoming Saturday, the 22nd, specific time to be determined. It'll be in the pinned comment here. But yes, feel free to enjoy our banter and a little bit of like thoughts and such. Sort of view this video as almost a sort of trailer for what is to come. And then in just a couple of days, we'll be checking that out. And if you don't come across this video until after that live stream, don't worry, it is still going to be available after the fact on the channel, so you'll be able to go and check it out anytime. But for now, I hope you really enjoy what we check out. We are going to be checking out just the first couple of songs, and then like I said, all of the rest of them, including going back to these first couple songs again, is going to be happening Saturday the 22nd. So thank you all very much for being here. Thank you for understanding and sort of unconventional setup as we completely change the way we approach this like halfway through song 3, and let's hop into the video. All right, so we just listened to the overture, the very start of it, kind of a instrumental lead into this, which was super, super cool. And now we get to Destiny. So what do you have to say before we hop into Destiny for me, for the YouTube audience? Like what do we need to know going into this?
So Eclipse is a sci-fi concept album.
Yeah.
It follows a character named Joseph Spacely, who's based off me and my lived experience. Throughout the course of the album, you learn that this group of 4, of which he's the captain of this group of 4,
Okay.
they crash landed and are stranded on a planet, like an uninhabited planet, moon. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
They have no way to get off this planet. They're basically just marooned. They can't get in touch with anybody. So with that, you get to experience alongside him from the perspective of Joseph Spacely what it's like to, at least in my lived experience, and like as the character
Yeah.
shares, sort of go down this mental health spiral of, oh my gosh, like all I want to do is help these people, help myself,
Gotcha.
get us going in the right direction, and I just can't, no matter what I do, no matter what I try. And then falling into abusive substances to compensate and cope, exploring all the different emotions of feeling as though you're like masking to protect those people, feeling like you need to separate yourself from those people to
Ooh.
protect them. And then down the line, the turning point of realizing that that's not sustainable and having to figure out
Yes.
how to put yourself back together. So
Oh,
Destiny kind
interesting.
of sets the stage.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a story that's based off my lived experience. And the reason that I went down a similar path as the story tells is because I was not at a stage in my life where I really had the ability to think through and like work through difficult things with any sort of nuance. It was whenever anything difficult would happen, or I felt like I was off track or felt lost or whatever it may be. Kind of, I was young. It felt like the whole world was
Yes.
crashing down.
No,
So this
always.
kind of
Yeah.
sets that stage of like the stakes are
Interesting.
so high, and if I do anything other than like perfectly, then what's the point of all of this? And that's kind of
Okay.
what Destiny sets the stage for.
Cool. Well, I am very intrigued by that. Let's see. Yeah, nothing to do but press play, but I like that a lot.
Only one track in my mind seems to be impossible to fight. Gravity, when the stakes are sky high, but your feet can't leave the ground.
Huh.
How the hell are you to fly?
Ooh, I love the way you structure that. The way, because it's like da 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 high, da 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 ground, da 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 fly. No, you don't get a resolution. Ha ha ha! No, I like that. That's a really good way to do that. I love the way that rhyme scheme doesn't come with the resolution because it's asking a question. Like, almost the implication is that the fourth line is the answer to the question in the third line, but since you don't have an answer, there is no fourth line.
Yeah.
I like that. Did I pick up on that good?
Yeah.
Woo!
There's a lot of moments like that throughout this
Professional.
album where, like you caught in the overture, like moments of silence where you're just like reaching for something
Yeah.
and it's just like you can't seem to find it.
Ooh, I love that. I love the way you kind of convey that through that. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, 100%.
Destiny, she grabs hold of me, takes me by.
Oh man, I can't go back like 5 seconds with the arrow keys like I can on YouTube. I'm so
Oh, I'm
spoiled by my
sorry.
normal platform. It's okay.
If you
Let
click
me.
the lyrics, I think it might take you back to that.
Oh,
that
does
one.
it?
Destiny
Oh, that works great. Thank you.
grabs hold of me,
Okay, so I'm curious.
destiny.
So, this is like a general, and I don't want to say like something like negative language necessarily, because I don't mean it inherently negatively, but it's just in general like a little like minor pet peeve of mine in some songs. So I'm really curious, if it wasn't for a rhyming reason, is there a reason you went Destiny instead of Destiny? Or like is
I just liked the way it sounded, if I'm going to be honest with you.
fair.
It was more based on vibes than anything.
Fair, because like I totally understand when it's like for a rhyming purpose, but like one of my favorite soundtracks is Greatest Showman, but like the way she like, and I understand that like an E vowel is also hard to sing, so I know
It's
why
hard to
it's
sing and it can be a little ugly when
necessary
it's
to
stressed
do
out,
it,
you
but I
know?
still feel like it's so powerful. Like in Fiddler on the Roof, one of my favorite parts is in the original how he does like God has given you to me, and like the way he like is willing to hold that instead of me, versus like Greatest Showman, like because she literally in the same line does the like for me, for me, and I'm like, no, that's not. You didn't say the same word twice. And so just I happened to notice that like Destiny, and I was like, oh, what's he gonna rhyme it with? And then I looked and it was me, and I'm like, then you could have just said E. So I was curious what the thought process was.
I just
You just like the way it sounds.
I didn't like the like hanging on to a long because it's long and dramatic and slow.
Destiny.
It felt
I can see that.
yeah.
And like I said, that's a personal thing. I always have to separate my personal preferences and my objective critiques. And while
Very fair.
you happen to snag one of my personal preferences, I do not have any objective critiques yet because this is objectively amazing.
She grabs hold of me, takes me by the arm, so high.
Ooh!
Can't escape
Okay.
what's in front of me. Only one way out. This time, it's do or die.
Ooh! Honestly, I was expecting another dropout because it felt like that build was kind of similar to what you brought into the overture. So I was expecting a full drop there. And then that didn't really happen, which is really interesting. Um, cool. I like that a lot. And I love the like Destiny she grabs hold of me. I love personification in lyrics. Like, just like the when you ask the sky for sunshine, she says no, being one of my lyrics in Good. I love personifying like inanimate objects with pronouns. I think that's really cool. So I love the way you did that. I wanted to say it earlier, but I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop the music. It was so good.
Can't escape what's in front of me. Only one way out. This time, it's do or die.
So what was the thought process behind? Because I was expecting that to be like a do or die, but instead it was like a like it kind of like goes up and then like slowly cascades off instead of it being a bigger drop off.
A big guiding light for me throughout creating this was having images in my head. And so for this, I don't have a super clear, because again, this is like the prologue song.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So this isn't like
Setting the
a
stage.
versus like many of these other songs on the album, like this person's sitting here and they're,
Yeah.
thinking this or doing that. This was a little more like, let me build this world, and we're in this sci-fi world, and there's the people, in this on this crew are working for some sort of what at least to me seems to be some sort of like military operation. I leave it
Yeah.
vague on purpose.
Yeah.
But to kind of set this tone that there's just what feels as though the weight of the world on this main character's shoulders, or at least he perceives it that way. And just kind of setting that stage of like this story is gonna get a little dark,
Yeah.
and we're not gonna shy away from that, because that for me is my way of conveying like not only, hey, this is what I felt and it's very cathartic for me to share, but then also B, like if there are people out there who resonate with these various emotions that I kind of expand upon in each of these various songs, A, you're not alone. B, here's an example of, at least my lived experience with that. And then C, this is a story that does, at least for me, have like a happy ending, or at least a happy enough ending of like I'm heading back in the right direction. I've found myself and I have found this new direction and feel much more at peace than I did at the beginning of the story. So that's kind of where I'm like, you know what, let's set the stage of like, yeah, it's going to get a little dark.
Yeah. Okay.
But
I
we're
like
here for the
that.
ride.
And like that lingering kind of drop like that. I feel like conveys that very well. So I love that.
Thank you. And sonically, you'll hear that little ripple. I'm trying to think of the songs that we're gonna review today, but like you'll hear that little like wah 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 bass kind of thing throughout pretty much every song. Also, there's like a big church bill hit that you'll hear that is in pretty much every song. You have some guitars, some choirs. You'll hear as we go. There are a couple songs that are definitely like
Cool. Like
create the little
recurring
space lead verse, if you will.
Okay. Oh, I tried to press the space bar. It didn't work. Oh. So crunchy, these kind of like electronic chords. And then not crunchy at all. Oh, that was cool. Oh, I like that. Okay.
Only track that's in my mind is that this single path is what defines my worthiness. Spend my life just working towards this. Now here we are. Failure's not our choice. Destiny, she grabs hold of me, takes me by, and so I can't escape what's in front of me. Only one way out. This time, it's do or die.
And now I see we're at the end of the lyrics, but still a good like half a minute from the end of the song. I love the way.
Go ahead.
No, yeah. I'll just...
A big piece of this album for me is again like world building and helping the person create an image and like tell a story in their mind, like I was saying, because that advised so much for me, of how these songs sound and all that. And you can see even in the top right corner, we have, and you'll see different ones for each song, different like shot visuals to kind of give you like a clue of like, here's what these people look like, here's what the world looks like, etc.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like really the intention being that allow you a couple instrumental moments to just like sit and like a movie soundtrack or whatever, let it kind of like evoke whatever mental image or emotion or whatnot that brings out of you.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that completely and totally makes sense to me, and I dig it a lot. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ooh, the slow down, a little bit of tension, that ambient. Ah, cool. Well, that was very, very cool. Thank you very much for kind of walking us through that. Is there anything else you want to super specifically say before we keep moving on?
No, not particularly. I really enjoy with that one how again it sets the stage.
Very
This is a
atmospheric,
musician.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's a tone setter. Kind of get you in the headspace. And just for me, it was so fun to write a song that could play with so many different tempos. It's like, let's do
Yes.
something where you sing the same chorus, for example, fast and slow.
Yeah.
Sing the same verse fast and slow it back down at the end. Like that was just so fun for me to play with.
No, I like it a lot, and I think that was pulled off really well. Well, for the YouTube audience, as we mentioned in the intro, we're going to kind of be hopping around a little bit from one song to the next, but we are going to kind of just listen through from here to the next song over here on Patreon. So if you want to join us, please consider joining my Patreon, as well as Spacely has his own Patreon, patreon.com/
I don't have one yet, but maybe by the
What?
time this
I
is
thought you
live.
did. Wait, I thought in Chicago you told me you had a
On Instagram
Patreon.
and TikTok, and I've just been disorganized.
This is
TikTok and Instagram.
this is on me for assuming that when he was asking me questions about how to start a Patreon 4 months ago, that meant he would have actually started one by now. My bad, guys. All right, so that was the first 2 to 3.5 songs of the Spacely album. We hope you really, really enjoyed going through it and appreciate your understanding. If you skip past the intro, shame on you. But definitely make sure you go back because I say some important things there. But the short version is we are going to be checking out the entire album because I don't want to miss a single part of it, and I don't want any of you to miss it as well. So check out our live stream happening this Saturday, February 22nd, 2025. And if you're watching this after that date, guess what? That means it's already available on the channel for you to view. Spacely, do you have any final thoughts or well wishes you want to share with the audience before we see them this Saturday for the live stream?
Just thank you all so much for being here and being so kind about all this. I'm really excited to be able to hang out on live stream. Literally, we were just having so much fun and going back and forth. We were like, you know what? We can't cut this down.
Exactly.
So it's going to be really fun to hang out.
100%.
We'll see you guys on Saturday.
See you Saturday. Bye.